Last week, I asked you to stop apologizing for your timeline and for taking decades longer to put these roots down and to set that foundation. But there is a danger that comes with that. There is a specific kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from overworking, it comes from overthinking. People like you and me tend to stay in the waiting room of life for a little too longer because our minds are so good at running simulations and we can see all the ways things could go wrong. In a way, you're like a chess master. You can see the game 20 moves ahead and you stay there paralyzed. You never make a move because you could see all the ways the game could go wrong. But that's exhausting. So if you feel stuck right now, that's not because you're failing or you're falling behind. I want you to understand that this is because you're running a much more complex internal mental map. But here is the urgency that's related to that. At 50, time becomes very palpable. In a way, we're like a pilot that's circling around the airport, and the pilot is waiting for this perfect moment to land. But the thing is, the more we're circling, the more we're running out of fuel, and everybody on board knows that it's time to land, it's time to land. But we know, wow, the airplane is getting lighter and lighter and lighter, and that's good. So we keep postponing, but the point is, the longer we postpone, the longer we stay in possibility, and that feels good, and we never commit, because once we commit, the landing is final. So let me explain what's actually happening. There are two kinds of ideas. There's an idea that you get and you know deep on the inside, the gut is telling you that it's not the right time yet. But there is the second kind of an idea where you have the idea, you have the insight, and the gut is telling you, that's it, that's it. You don't know why, but you know it's the right idea. But you're still not making a move because your mind is giving you all these justifications. It's the ego, it's the fear of making a move, of stepping forward, of failing. It's not the right time now. I'm still not ready. I still need to learn more. I still need to wait for the right opportunity. That's the ego's game. That's the part of you that's afraid. But deep on the inside, you know that that's the right idea and you need to go, you need to act on it. And if you don't, that's what's called the provisional life. It's taking too longer while you already know that this is the right idea. It's like being at a restaurant and you're looking at the menu, but you're not committing, you're not ordering. You already know what you want. Deep on the inside, you know what you want. But the mind is telling you, well, what about this item? What about this? What about that? Maybe this is better. Maybe this is cheaper. Maybe this is this and that. And while you're waiting, you're not committing. You keep asking the waiter questions and this and that, and you feel busy with that. You feel like you're actually doing the work, but you're not. And the thing with that is, the fear that comes deep from the inside is once you commit, it's final. And until the next time you come back to the restaurant, that's it. Once you commit, that's what you have to stay with. And that's what your ego mind doesn't want. Although deep on the inside, you know that's the right idea and it's a go time. So now you're probably asking, well, why the overthinking? Why am I overthinking everything? Well, it's because, look, most people are running on paper maps. They see the route to their destination and it's very simple. While people like you, intelligent people like you, are running Google Maps with live updates. So you can see things changing all the time. You can see all the ways you could go, and it's overwhelming and it takes longer to commit. But that's not a weakness. That's just a heavier map to carry. So, okay, late bloomers can have these deep internal, heavy, complex maps, but a late bloomer can become an excuse as well, and that's the shadow side. Late bloomer may give us the permission to wait there forever. And so what do? Well, here's exactly what you do. You take the step. If you know that an idea's time has come, if your gut is telling you, if a deeper part of you knows that this is the right idea, you need to get out of the waiting room and you need to step in. You need to take the first step. You need to take the first move, because once you act, you'll actually know the result. I mean, you've been around for decades just like me. I don't need to tell you that there is no such thing as failure. Failure is just a feedback. So where does this leave us? Well, here's the ultimate truth. As a late bloomer, all these years, or decades actually, you spent preparing and building that foundation, putting these roots down. These are not wasted years. At 50, you're not starting from being behind or failing. You're starting from depth. And there is something to depth. I'll tell you more about this in the next video. But the point of this video was, being a late bloomer could be an excuse for taking longer. And I wanted you to know that if deep on the inside you feel that an idea's time has come, it's time to move, because rationalizing about it is just your ego protecting you. What is it protecting you from? It's protecting you from living. So if you know that the time is come for you to act on something, act. Okay, that's it for this week. I'll see you next week.